Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy, and I feel like I'm loving you. Love you such a sweet thing, good enough to eat thing, and it's just what I'm gonna do.
This morning, our Cooking With You segment features Bailey Rusch from Appleton. She's been watching Good Day Wisconsin for years and responded to my request on Facebook. I said, hey, who likes to cook out there? Come on onto the show. And you had a great idea for breakfast, didn't you?
Absolutely. These are super quick, super fun. So you don't spend all morning in the kitchen making breakfast when you need to, do stuff.
Absolutely.
So basically, you just want to start with some kind of bread. You can use a whole wheat, you can use a honey wheat. This is a honey wheat. You just need it to be a little bit more pliable so that it can mold throughout it. And I'm just using a circular cookie cutter just to kind of cut the crusts off. I know crusts are healthy, but for this recipe, you just want to cut them off. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle or anything like that, and you just kind of want to mold it around and puff it into the definitely greased, muffin tray.
You just use like regular cooking spray?
Yeah, just regular cooking spray, just like that, because it gets kind of mushy otherwise if you try and do it without.
Yeah.
And you just kind of want to push that in there so that it makes a little cup. And then you can use any other bread, just not a whole grain bread or anything that's going to be really grainy. It just doesn't mold as well.
Sure.
And then you take bacon, you can have it pre-cooked, or you can do it, you can do just this, like this is just the regular pre-cooked. Just kind of put them in the little cups just like that. You will want to fit an egg in there too, so you just kind of gotta mold it all in there together just like that. Usually use about 6 pieces of bacon for this, 1 for each cup. It's okay if it's, kind of folds over the edges or anything like that. You'll want to, if you do pre-cook your bacon, you'll want to have it a little bit more pliable so that it can finish baking off in the oven.
Sure.
So just kind of put all your pieces in there. And then you just take an egg, and I've never had it where all 6 of them work out perfect. So if you break a yolk, that's totally fine. And I noticed that I have underneath here a little cookie sheet or anything, just because the sides do usually spill out there or anything like that. It'll bake off and it'll taste the same. Regardless of if it spills out or anything like that.
That's a good tip, yeah.
You just bake it off like that. Usually it depends upon how fast you like your eggs. If you like them a little bit more runny or anything, put them in there for about 15. If you want them a little bit harder, go about 20. You can replace the eggs if you are watching your cholesterol with egg beaters, or if you want to do scrambled eggs, just kind of scramble it up, pour it right in there. You can add anything in there, make it a little omelet in there or anything like that.
Yeah, like veggies, and you could even put in different options for the meat too.
Yeah,
Canadian bacon,
turkey bacon, anything really. It kind of is one of those recipes that this is a basic, but you can kind of step it up a notch if you want, and watch your calories at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. And what temperature are we cooking these at?
These are about 350 as well too, for the 15 minutes if you want the yolks a little bit more on the runny side. If you want them a little bit more on the hard or anything like that, then you can just put them in there for a little bit longer, about 20 minutes or so. Same thing for like scrambled eggs. Usually it's about 15 if you do it with scrambled eggs. Or if you do like veggies in there with your, scrambled eggs or anything like that too. We just want to make sure that that's all cooked out first, and it usually doesn't take too long to bake it all. So instead of baking, the whole eggs and toast and bread and everything,
it's all done in one little, and we're throwing eggshells around the kitchen too. Take a look at the beautiful presentation they make too. I mean, gosh, you could dress those up. I mean, if you were like hosting like a brunch, you could put little chopped chives on there.
Just kind of season it up, put it on a nice plate. You can put them right on next to your pancakes or anything else too if you want to do a big brunch or anything as well. So
really some great ideas. And earlier she shared a recipe for a lemon poppy seed dessert bread, which is baking right now in the oven, and it smells so good. And we thank you so much for coming and sharing your recipes with us.
Thanks so much for having me. It's a blast.
Okay, we'll be right back. You're watching Good Day Wisconsin.